Hi there everybody, welcome back to the channel. You're watching a Ritter Bit Will Do, and it is cold. It is so cold. It's 18 below zero with like a 30 some degree wind chill, 30 below wind chill. In fact, we didn't have school today. Our district, figuring that we've been doing this distance learning so well for so long, and it's been just a great time that we could just teach from home. So here we are teaching from home. I, however, actually took the day off, so I don't have to be online teaching anything. So my plan is to go up and go see my mom. I guess I got a list of things to do for her. So the problem is it's 18 below. It's been single digits for an entire week. An entire week it's been single digits. The sun is out at least. Goodness sakes, warm some things up, but it's supposed to remain in the single digits for at least the next 5 to 6 days, and then it might get to 15 above. 15 above. Okay, I'm talking Fahrenheit. It is so stinking cold. So the truck has been sitting here for this entire time, sitting in single digits. The battery's about 3 years old on it. We're gonna see if it turns over. If it doesn't, I don't know if I'm gonna make it up north. So let's find out, shall we? Oh man, cold, stupid weather. I don't know why we live here. All right, let's see if we can get this to crank. Come on, truck. Listen to this thing. Oh yeah, that sounds good, don't it? Oh my goodness, poor truck. I'm sorry, truck. This is my 99 Ford F-150. It has, guys, look at this. Look at the odometer here. I don't know if you can see that. It has 56,000 miles on it. All right? This truck is like 22 years old. It only has 56,000 miles on it. I'd like to get a bigger truck, a newer truck, something that can tow a little bit more. Oh, but man, I love this truck. It is just it's everything I needed. I'm gonna let this warm up for a bit, but it's a gas it's a gas hog. I get like 13 miles to the gallon on a good day. That's on the highway. Then if I'm towing anything, I get negative mileage almost. It's crazy, but it's a good truck. So anyway, someday I'm gonna sell it and get something new, but I don't know what it's worth. We'll do a detailed video someday of trying to figure out what my truck is worth, but you know, it's got that wall dock conversion package where, you know, it's got the leather seats, it's got the trim and the flare side. It's got everything you could possibly get in 1999 except for the CD player. Remember, the CD player was kind of a new thing back then, so I still got a tape deck in there. But the thing runs pretty good. I just don't know what it's worth. But it started. We're gonna let it run. I don't care. I'll let it run for an hour. Let her warm up before I go anywhere. Oh man, why do we live here? Seriously, this type of weather really makes me question my ancestors' sense of good reasoning. Ah man, it's chilly. They must have. I'm guessing my ancestors probably came here sometime in the spring or the fall when the weather was great, right? Probably in the fall when there wasn't any mosquitoes either. Well, we didn't have enough sense to move, and I blame myself. I don't have enough sense to move either, but here we are. All right. Hey there, guys. It's been actually a couple days since I started this video. That's my mom. You've seen her before. Say hi, Mom.
Hi, kids.
She thinks you're kids. Isn't that cute? Actually, Mom, my audience is mostly old guys like me. I'm not that old, though.
You're still a kid.
Yeah, the majority of your kid.
You're still a kid. Not as many of your audience is as old as me.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Our main, what do you call it, demographic is between the ages of 40 and 70 is my audience.
I fit right in there.
So comment below. Tell me how old you are. Anyway, been up here with Mom for the last couple days. Today's Valentine's Day, and I got to tell you, I've been eating like a king up here. And we're going to get more into that later. But right now, I was able to get the truck started again after it got ridiculously cold. What did we have the other night? 33 below when we woke up?
Yes.
And this morning it was 26 below. I got the truck started when it warmed up to 10 below and it barely started. I should have got it on film. But right now we're gonna go uptown. We're gonna go to one of my favorite stores called L&M Fleet Supply, kind of like a Fleet Farm or a Menards. It's a hardware store. They got stuff. They got tractor stuff, so maybe we'll see it. So, and then we'll come back and we're going to talk about how we survive in this ridiculous cold. Because some of you, you're just shocked that we're even able to function. All right, more later, guys. Well, we are here. That is L&M, and if it looks like an old Walmart building, well, it was. This was the old Walmart. They converted into a nice hardware store. It's actually very, very well done. Well, there's a big old snow pusher there. So we'll go inside. We'll do a little bit of video footage for you guys and kind of see what it looks like. But you might recognize it. It looks like a standardized Walmart store. Yeah. Hey, look at this. I found the Mike Morgan Specialty Pretzel Aisle end cap. Mike Morgan loves these pretzels.
Mike likes these.
Yeah. In fact, I bought a bag, and I got to tell you, they're pretty good.
They are pretty
Dots
good.
Pretzels. So, Dots Pretzel people, if you're watching, if you want to send me a bunch of them, I guarantee you, I'll gain 10 pounds and promote your product. All right, guys, we're going to call this some of the things you may have never seen before. Such as this. This is a rattle wheel, okay? So this has a little bell inside, okay? Your fishing line would wrap around that. Here, Mom, can you hold that? Okay. And then the bell inside makes a little bit of noise. So if you're sleeping inside your fish house in the middle of the night, in the middle of a lake on the ice, and you hear that bell, you know that you got a fish. So you wake up from a dead sleep and you hurry up and you reel in that fish. Doesn't that sound like a lot of fun, Mom?
Not one bit. I did that once. Once was enough.
Those are the types of things that you may not have ever seen where you're from, but that's what exists in this state. What do you have here, Mom?
This is a thermoset. This is going to keep your bumper warm while you're fishing and having so much fun.
So this is a foam pad that you sit your keister on to keep your butt from falling off, from freezing off. That's basically what this is.
Exactly.
It's to prevent your butt from freezing off. So
exactly.
And there's a variety of them. Plus, you can spend $17 on one. What else we got? We got shovels. We got this, guys. You know what this is? It's a shovel with a hole in it. This is for scooping out the ice that's accumulated in the hole that you've drilled in the lake for ice fishing. Okay. So that's what that's called. All right. That's a nice big one. I bet that works great. What else we got? Oh, you found a cart. So, behind me are giant heavy-duty sleds, right? Plastic poly sleds. And they're not cheap, right? $130 for a sled like this. Now, this is for somebody to hook up behind their snowmobile or behind their ATV and haul all of their fishing gear out to their spot in the middle of the frozen lake to drill a hole, sometimes miles. I want to show you what a portable fish house looks like. So this is pretty much your standard fish house. This is made by Eskimo, all right? That's quite a name for our fish house. So take a look in here, and in here is inside of a fish house. Now, I've been fishing many times. I've had experience fishing, but you can see you got little windows to let light in, got little pockets on the side to keep your gear, and you put a little propane heater in one of these, and you stay relatively comfortable fishing in the middle of a lake with wind chills. Now, they've also used these as hunting blinds, so you probably may have seen them in your warmer states as hunting blinds, but in Minnesota, we branch out a little farther and we have ice houses. All right, I'll show you some more stuff, okay? So, yeah, again, this is an old Walmart store converted into a hardware store. So you guys have seen that stuff before. That is for fuel treatment. Keeps your fuel lines from gelling. Please use that in your diesel fuels. I bet a lot of you are experiencing gelled up fuel filters right now. All right, what else? What other kinds of winter stuff do we have in the store? 100 below RV marine antifreeze. I don't know if that's available all over the place, but you know, 50 below. You know, we experience temperatures that go to 50 below. One year we set a record 65 below air temperature somewhere.
Yes.
Somewhere in Minnesota.
Yes.
That was a few years ago. The fishing industry in Minnesota is huge, all right? So they sell lots of fishing supplies. And the stuff's not cheap. I mean, tackle, right? Okay. Just these little jigs, bobbers, right? These are the type of bobbers that, these are like slip bobbers. So when you're ice fishing, the line goes right through them, and they don't get all gummed up with ice. You know how expensive fishing rods are, guys? They're crazy. This little fiberglass fishing rod, $60 for fiberglass, graphite, I don't know, space age fishing rod, whatever it's made out of. Nuts. All right, you guys, you probably know what one of these are. This is a minnow bucket. Keep your live bait in, okay? Go in there, you can grab your minnow, put it on the hook, and you fish. These are propane heaters. They work great. I have one of these. Actually bought mine when they were only $60. Now they're up to $80. Holy man alive, they've gotten expensive. They do a wonderful job. Plus you can use them inside, but people really like to use them in their fish houses. And this is something new, actually. Looks like it's a Buddy Flex cooker. Huh, interesting. Hand warmers, okay? Yeah. Take them out of the package, shake them up, put them in your gloves, put them in your boots. I usually put them in my boots when I'm out hiking in the snow. Like the other day when we were exploring that property, I had those hand warmers in my boots, get my feet nice and warm. L&M has a really nice DeWalt tool display. It's really impressive, in fact. I mean, they've got this whole thing laid out for DeWalt tools. So if you are a DeWalt tool person, this is a great place to come and check out everything they have available. You know, all the DeWalt tools are really cheap, right? They're not, but they work. And then there's a tiny little Milwaukee display over there. But mostly DeWalt. What are you looking at jackets for, Mom? What are you thinking?
Well, I normally donate them to our coat drive at the church every year.
Right.
I wait for them to go on clearance.
Good thinking. So it's one of the popular things is a coat drive for kids that can't afford a coat. So churches do it, schools do it. Just a way to keep everybody warm. Coat drive is a popular thing around here. You gonna grab a couple of them? All right.
I'll take these.
You're gonna grab a bunch of them, huh? Oh my goodness. There'll be some happy warm kids. Good job, Mom. Uh-oh. They're after you, Mom.
Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
Now.
I think that's an ambulance going somewhere,
Oh,
I believe.
thank goodness. I don't need that.
But anyway, L&M. Nice store. Quality at a discount sometimes. It's one of those stores that has absolutely everything, right? If you want an outdoor wood boiler, you can see them over there. If you want a wood splitter, they got those stacked in front of the store. They got a bunch of them. If you want a tractor implement, you can come on here and buy a King Cutter tractor implement. You know, King Cutter might not be top of the line, but I'll tell you what, I know that their tillers are pretty darn good, and I might even get one. I don't have one here though, of course. I'm going to show you. But they got everything. Here's a big snow pusher made by Tartar. Oh, I haven't heard of that before. So yeah, that's a dandy. Probably a little too big for the BX. Even probably too big for the 3940. All right, Mom, you ready to go?
The cow feeder?
The cow feeder, the hay feeders, yeah, they got everything here.
Okay.
Let's get out of here. All right, see you later, L&M. It's chilly. 10 below right now. My fingers are freezing. This Minnesota weather, like you just said, what did you just tell me?
This is one time you don't mind wearing a face mask because it keeps you warmer.
Did you see my video the other day when we were looking at that property? And yeah, I luckily had a mask in my pocket. It was cold. It was 10 below that day.
It does help.
I just noticed it's warmed up to 7 below now, so it's nice and warm now. But hey, I'm proud of you, Mom. You bought what, 6 jackets for kids?
Absolutely.
6 or 7, keep those kids warm.
Absolutely.
So yeah, like I was saying, a coat drive is something that's kind of popular around these parts. We do it in the schools, we do it in the churches and the community centers. Do coat drives. You know, it just helps kids out that can't afford to stay warm. Really. Another thing is during these winter months, the utility companies are forbidden to cut off anybody's electrical supplies or gas supplies because some people, you know, they can't afford to heat their houses through the winter time. So the utility companies do not cut anybody off from staying warm, which is fortunate, which is nice.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
it's sad.
Yeah, it really is. But living up here is cold at times, especially this past week and a half. We've been enduring some frigid temperatures.
Brutal.
This truck barely started today. I thought I was going to have to stay here another day and eat my food.
Darn, you can't leave till the leftovers are gone.
Darn truck started. So I gotta eventually go home and see my crazy kids and wife. But let's go home and we're gonna talk about some recipes, right?
Recipes.
Recipes.
Okay, right up my alley.
Yeah, so we're gonna go home. We'll talk about recipes. So stick around. We got some really great ideas for you. So if you, especially if you like potatoes. So on Friday, I decided to come and visit you. Took Friday off, and when I started the truck after it had sat for about a couple weeks, and we've been just sitting in the single digit stuff.
Oh, it's
negative.
been so cold.
It was negative 18, and the truck barely wanted to start right. But it started, so I got to come see you, which I'm happy I did because
I'm happy too.
Mom's a good cook, and as you can see today, you probably know we're matching, right? We love our green, and you actually bought me this shirt. Did you know that? You did.
Duluth Trading.
Duluth Trading, good company. Check them out. But we're going to talk about all of the wonderful food that you've cooked for me. Usually when I come up here, I usually gain about 5 pounds.
It's fun to have someone to cook for. That's why.
Yeah, it's fun to come up here and have some good old home cooking. So the first, I think it was like 5 minutes after I walked in the door, you had warmed me up some
beef barley soup.
Beef barley soup.
Yes, that's a specialty.
Do you want to talk about that at all? Because I'll include a picture of it because I took a picture of most of the food that I ate while I was here. But tell everybody how you put that together.
Oh, beef barley soup goes back a long ways to my mother and grandmother.
Yeah.
You just cook up your meat, boil it for good 2 or 3 hours anyway, 3 or 4. The longer the better.
Okay.
And you take that wonderful flavor. You might need to add, depending on how much beef you have, you might need to add a little bit of bouillon cubes to it.
Oh, some beef bouillon.
Beef bouillon.
Never say that word.
Right. And then you put some onion
now
and
you've made it with rice, but
yes,
because my sisters like it with rice.
Yes.
But it's way better with barley.
My mother used to make it with rice. So we used to call it rice and tomato soup.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So with you 3 kids, I've had to change it to barley soup. Yeah, because they like the barley better than the rice.
I do. I like the barley, and I like the potatoes. What's one of my favorite things is the potatoes in the soup.
See, when I first made the soup,
yeah,
I had a bowl before I put potatoes in it.
Okay.
because my mom never put potatoes in it, so that's how I learned to eat it.
You used to put carrots in it too, didn't you?
Yes, but I didn't have any
carrots.
I didn't have any.
Yeah, I'm not a big
Good
fan
fresh
of cooked
carrots.
carrots unless they're in soup, and when you can't really taste them. But
Right.
so that was
That was your snack.
that was my snack. As soon as I walked in the door, I got fed. In fact, I think I had 2 bowls of that stuff, and delicious. One of my favorite soups ever. One of the only soups that I really even enjoy. There's not many that I enjoy. And then, what did we have that night for dinner? I can't even remember. We had chow mein, which I didn't get a picture of. So, chow mein's delicious. Rice, and I don't even know what goes in chow mein. And then some egg noodles on top of that with some soy sauce. And you want to talk about chow mein at all? What do you do?
Well, my homemade chow mein is very different than what you get at the Chinese restaurants.
Right.
But again, that's my mother's recipe, and it's just browned pork and beef. And you add a couple of quarts of water to it, and you cook it for hours and put some soy sauce in it.
And you eat a lot of it.
And then you put onions and celery in it.
Okay.
And water chestnuts. Don't forget your water chestnuts.
Yeah. Just
we're
go easy
fans
on
of-
the water chestnuts. I don't mind them.
Oh, I'm a fan of water chestnuts. So,
it's all good.
but then you thicken it with cornstarch and serve it over white rice and
Yeah.
chow mein noodles.
It's delicious. I ate a full plate full.
Yeah.
I didn't eat too much because I had so much vegetable soup. I was full. But then, let's see, the morning I woke up, you had caramel rolls for me. And I think I got a picture of caramel rolls. And Mom makes the best caramel rolls. Homemade caramel. They're delicious. Love them. So I had a few of those. And then we
They're
had...
pretty easy to make.
Yeah, and then what did we do for lunch? I don't even remember what we did yesterday for lunch. Did we do, I think it was more soup. Had more soup.
I had a bowl of
I know we
soup
had more soup.
because we were having
Yeah.
pork chops and
That's right.
and potatoes
Yeah,
for supper.
that's what we're doing this for. This is a really good meal. First time you'd ever cooked it. First time I'd ever eaten it. You saw it on a Facebook
On a Facebook
or
page.
book face,
Right.
like I like to call it. So we had breaded pork chops,
Yep.
which I'll insert the picture of, and we had, what do we even call that potato recipe?
Well,
What-
I kind of
you got on the card?
named it sliced potato bake.
Sliced potato bake. Okay, so I'll take a picture of this. I'll put it in the video so you can have the recipe. But oh man, tell everybody what you put in there because that was good.
Well, the recipe calls, and I got it off of Facebook, so I'm not taking credit for it. I didn't make too many alterations to it,
That's
even
good
though I
stuff.
do alter a lot of recipes.
You posted it a couple days. I said I'm coming up there. I hope you have the ingredients.
I had to even go buy the potatoes because I don't normally have potatoes here,
Yeah.
which you need to take home with you too.
Oh, okay.
Potatoes.
All right.
Anyway, the potatoes, you slice them thicker than you would if you were frying them.
A little bit thicker,
A little bit thicker, and
1/4 inch maybe.
you put them on a large cookie sheet. I lined the cookie sheet with tinfoil so I didn't have to wash the cookie sheet.
Okay.
Just a little trick.
Yeah.
And then it says to brush them with melted butter.
Oh, butter.
Melted butter and salt and pepper. Well, I added some dry ranch and some garlic salt and a little bit of oregano or Italian seasoning on the top.
That's right.
And then you put it in the oven at 350
350 for about half.
for half an hour.
Yeah.
And they get done.
Starts to smell really good in the house.
Starts to
after a
smell
while.
pretty good. And then you take them out. And it's what you put on them next is what really puts them over the
The
top.
secret ingredients come
Secret
next,
ingredient.
which include bacon,
Which is
bacon.
bacon.
Bacon makes anything better.
Anything better. So I had chopped up a bunch of cooked bacon. I had cooked it previously.
Yeah.
Chopped that up. And I had chopped up some green onions.
Green onions.
If you don't have green onions, you could use chives, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're good.
And then
And,
sprinkle it with cheddar cheese.
cheese
And I
and-
also put some Parmesan cheese on it.
Parmesan. Parmesan cheese.
And then put it back in the oven until the cheese all melts. It's about 5 more minutes. That's all it needs.
It was good. It was worth the wait. Oh, it was delicious. And we even had, and then today, before we went to L&M, we had some lunch, and you made BLTs, which I flunked getting a picture of that too because I was so hungry I just kind of scarfed them all down. But one of my favorite sandwiches is a BLT, and you always get really good bacon. So having a BLT
I always
with Mom
get
is
that
always better
thick
than anywhere
sliced
else.
bacon. I like that thick
One of my
sliced
favorite
bacon.
sandwiches.
And then I was going to say, before we go too far, our potatoes we dipped in top the tater.
Oh, yeah.
Or sour cream with.
Sour cream. We have top the tater. In fact, hold on. I'll get it. Because not everybody has this stuff. So here is this is top the tater. So if you have this where you are, if it's available to you, it's made by Mid-America Farms. This is awesome. All right, so get yourself some top the tater. You bought a bunch of this because you're going to bring it to my sisters.
I did. They don't have it in Colorado, so I bought several containers.
Yeah, you got 7 big containers in there. Okay.
I'll be packing that up.
They'll be
Packing it up and taking it with.
Yeah, but any sour cream works. If you don't can't find that, use regular sour cream.
Regular sour cream
Throw
will work
some
too.
chives and extra garlic salt in there, and it'll taste similar.
Right. So back to then we had our leftovers with our BLTs. We couldn't even eat them all.
We didn't eat the whole pan. Now, what's this? You're sending me home with this here.
Well, it's a little banana bread. You didn't stay long enough to eat that.
A little snack for the road. She's
Snack
got a
for
couple
the
lumps
road.
of banana bread, so the kids will love that.
I'll send that home for the girls.
All right. Well, we're probably getting a little long on this video, so I hope you enjoyed the trip to L&M and the cold starting truck and the recipe going over. Oh, and somebody asked me, what do we do when it gets really cold? How do we survive in this? Our houses are well insulated. There's never any pipes that are built into the outside walls, and if there has to be, they put what's called electrical heat tape around the pipes to keep them warm, but even sometimes that doesn't work. When there's not snow on the ground, when the ground isn't insulated, it's very common for people's septic systems to freeze up. Now, we don't worry about that here. We got city sewer, but that's always been a common problem. People sometimes stack hay and stuff on top of their septic so it doesn't freeze up. And we plug in our cars. We have we don't go anywhere without jumper cables. What are some other things that we do to stay warm? I heard the weatherman say on the radio that it's mind-numbing cold, which makes sense because we don't have the logical sense to move somewhere warmer. So here we are. We get stuck in this mind-numbing cold, and there's nothing you can do about it. So,
and the sad thing is, we go through this brutally cold winter for maybe 2 months of summer, which is a beautiful time to live in Minnesota.
Well, spring and fall are beautiful as well.
Yeah.
But, we got, right now we're enduring a cold snap, and we get these cold snaps at least 1 or 2 times a year, but this one's been dragging on a while.
This has been long enough.
2 weeks. Yeah, it's cold.
It's time for it to warm up.
It is. Well, anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the show today. A little bit different from what we typically do. So until next time, keep on tractoring and
God bless.
God bless everybody.